What's up, everybody? This is Punk with a Controller. I'm one of your hosts, Paul Sabo. I'm joined by my co-host, Jae Hamilton, aka twitch.tv/LordXHam, where we go live Fridays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're breaking down what's up in the video games industry, catching up with what we're playing and watching. We end with a closing topic, and it's been a really fun time. The first one was top 5 games that of all time. The last week we did was our second one. That was most anticipated games of 2021, and this week's is games we want to return or make a comeback. It's been a real fun time, so go to youtube.com/punkwithacontroller to see the first 5 episodes. Let us know in the comments what you want to see us cover, any topics you'd like to see us discuss, any changes you want to see to the show. As always, please like and subscribe, hit the notification bell to know exactly when we go live, and follow us on all social media. I hate doing scripted. I'm gonna throw away the script. I'm gonna do it from the top of my head now. It's stupid. I don't like it.
You don't like the script?
I don't like the script
either.
I don't like scripts either. It doesn't feel natural. If I was a viewer, I would be looking at my eyes reading that, and I don't appreciate.
Oh, I
that.
notice it.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan.
Well, with you more YouTubers, dude. Why is my head so bright? What if I did that? That's better.
All right, so yeah, just fuck that intro, scratch that, forget it. We're gonna do it new next week.
Welcome.
What's up, Jay?
How we doing? What's going on?
How was your week?
Long.
I feel like the last
Very
3
long
weeks
week.
they've all been very long.
Yes, the last 3 weeks have just been long and hard.
Oh man.
But I've had some time to kick back and relax this week.
That's cool. You play anything? Oh yeah, I see right here. You just added a bunch of shit.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, more enlisted, yeah.
Enlisted. I got premium, which is $10 a month because
Really?
I like the game that much. Yeah. Yeah.
Is it
I
like
just tested it out.
Is it like a battle pass kind of thing, or is it like an MMO kind of thing, or is it just a not really worth it at this time kind of thing?
It's like I could run more squads in a match.
Okay.
And like, I guess my squads upgrade faster, and I like progress faster. But then the battle pass is like $60, or no, the battle pass is like $50 or something like that, separately. And then, there's like a new early access to like the Battle of Berlin, which is like $60.
Jesus Christ! What are they, Star Citizen?
But they're like, this is what you get for. We give you Battlefield for free, and this is what you get. So, whatever. Yeah, it's pay to win. Totally pay to win. But it's free.
Yeah, I was about to say, by the way you described that, by being able to have more squad members and upgrading a lot quicker, I was about to say, that sounds
Not like
little...
to my squad, like, so usually like you can have 3 infantry squads and 1 vehicle squad. Well, now I can have like 6 infantry squads and 2 vehicle squads to bring into a match.
That's dope.
So yeah, then played some Super Mario Party with Lady Ham, like we always do. We get super competitive.
Oh my god, I couldn't.
Dude,
I would not be able to play that game with a significant other.
Oh, we love it. We love it, dude. Oh my god, she was kicking my ass, and then I came back, dude, and I was winning. And then, oh my, and it just fell apart on the last turn, and she won.
She beat you?
Yeah, she beat me.
Who'd you play? Who's your character?
I played Bowser for the first time. He's a S tier.
Do you usually do you switch or do you have a standard character?
Who do I usually play as?
Because for me and all other Mario parties were like, older ones where you don't have a specific dice, or there isn't a dice attached to characters. I was always the Yosh. Gotta be my Yosh. Yosh is the under dino, and I need to rock him. But on the Switch version, I am all about Wario. His dice, in my opinion, is the best. Yeah, he's got those two that are -2 coins, but the rest are 6s. The odds are in your favor.
Bowser has a 10 and a 9.
Yeah, and then all the rest are like 1s or something, right?
But dude, I rolled the normal die, and then for one, I was like, all right, I'll use my golden mushroom to add 5. So if I lose, if all right, so I did that and I hit 15 and got a star, and I was like, shit, that's what it's
Jesus.
all about. And the reason why I like playing Bowser is because all of the dialogues with the bad characters, like when you go down into like that dude's lair, it's all squiggly and it's like, sorry, Lord Bowser, I've got to do this. It's my job, like all
Yeah.
scared, and it completely like changes. So yeah, I think Bowser's gonna be my main until I unlock Donkey Kong. But
Nice.
yeah.
What else? You got a bunch of shit you're watching. It looks like still The Last Kingdom.
Yeah, catching up on the last season they have on Netflix. We'll like binge a bunch of episodes and then we'll wait like a week or two. That's just how we do it. And then watch some Rick and Morty. Just because I love that show.
Yeah, kill time,
Yeah.
background noise.
And then I was like, Courage the Cowardly Dog. That must be on HBO Max.
Is it?
So I put that on. Yeah, oh yeah. Every
hell yeah.
Cartoon Network show ever made is on HBO Max.
Really?
Yeah, and every Adult Swim show ever made.
I didn't know
Like
the cartoon. I didn't know that.
Mike Tyson's Mysteries.
Oh fuck yeah! I didn't know the Cartoon Network aspect though. That's dope.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck yeah.
Oh yeah. So I've been watching Courage. And that show's dark, man. I wonder why I was such a
I couldn't watch. I
Frickin'
couldn't. I couldn't watch it when I was like 16. I tried like watching it again at like the castle, and I just couldn't do it. It's just
watch it now.
fucked up.
Good show.
I've been playing a few things. I've been watching a few things. Let's go quickly. I watched Invincible. The season finale is tonight. I'm gonna watch that after this. Very hyped for that. I'm nervous. I want to see how it goes down. It is spun off entirely from the comics, so I'm curious if they're gonna do something like drastically different. Still watching through the Hobbits. Those movies are so fucking long, so I'm watching them in like stretches. I just finished the second one last night. I'm gonna start the third one after Invincible tonight. LSPDFR, have you heard of that? It's a mod
Yes.
for GTA. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I get it. Fucking ACAB and everything. You can't see it. Can you see it? No, you can't see it. Yeah, ACAB and whatnot. But it's so much fun. It is like genuinely a hell of a lot of fun. Like just pulling people over because they're running stop signs, and then all of a sudden you get a call on the radio that there's like a speeder, or like someone's like like not pulling over, and then you're like, I'll let whoever's chasing that guy down deal with that. And then it's like the radio backs like 2 seconds, like shots fired, shots fired. It's like, oh shit. And then you radio in the news SWAT team, and then you radio in a bunch of backup. You gun them down if you have to, and then you call in EMTs, and then they revive them. It is so dumb, but like someone invested so much dumb time in that. And then I played Returnal. Returnal is the newest Housemarque game. They are normally a smaller indie studio. They did Dead Nation, Alienation, Super Stardust, that whole series. They go back to the 90s. They're known for like side scrolling kind of, or top down bullet hell style games. And this is Sony published this one. It's a third person roguelike, and it's a AAA third person roguelike. And it is fucking awesome. It is so cool. I have some really big problems with it, but it is fucking awesome. Though
I've heard.
I cannot get over the controller and like how the controller feels the entire time. Like the opening when your ship is crashing into the planet, like it is so much more effective, and it is so much more immersive because of the controller. Like normally you'd be watching it, you're like, oh, this looks really pretty. But with like the sound blasting in the headphones and then the controller just vibrating all over the fucking place, and the rain, my God, you feel fucking raindrops like sliding down the controller. It's stupid. I don't get it. It is like, and then, sorry, I'm like kind of just rambling really quickly. There's ways that here. Do I have the jewel? Yeah, I got one right here. So I'm sure you've heard of the adaptive triggers where like they'll lock when you press them, and they used it so well in the sense of they you know how like the Xbox controller has like back paddles? You don't fucking need the back pedals because what the triggers do is they'll lock. They'll lock like halfway down, right, for aiming. So just to aim down sights, you just press it and then it locks. And then if you force it all the way down, then you charge up your gun for an alt fire. And then you could use R2 to do the alt fire. And it's like, that's fucking genius. You made one button, now two buttons. Like, goddamn. My problems with the game is there's no saving in any sense.
That's what I've heard, and each run's like 2 to 3 hours.
You have to keep your game at about, you have to keep your console on rest, which is fucking stupid. And like what really annoyed me was I came to a room in like, it wasn't like on my ship like back at the starting. It was a room out in the world. I came across two of them where you could lay down and rest and like charge your like health and everything and your shield. And I'm like, wouldn't this just be the best place to have a save? Like,
Right.
what the fuck? And then yeah, the whole like, you know, each run could be about 2 to 3 hours. I did one run. It was about 2 hours. I made it to the first boss, and it's like, so he had a full health bar, like, you know, Dark Souls style, where it takes up the whole length of the map or the screen, and he had like 2 or 3 bars above it, and I was thinking that those were his shield or something. So I'm sitting there gunning him down, and I get the whole health bar like down to basically nothing, and then I look up, and the 3 notches are still there, and I'm like, oh no. And I take his whole health away, and then yeah, he's got another full bar of health, and then the 1 notch went away.
Jeez.
And I was like, I gotta do this 4 fucking times. And then yeah, once I got to the second health bar, his moveset changed entirely. And yeah. I mean, granted, I knew I wasn't gonna win because I went in there with not even full health or shield. I scoured the entire map and couldn't find any. And once you used the rest spots, you can't use them again. Like, dude, it's such fucking bullshit. God forbid you do you do what Dark Souls does, where you just respawn every enemy back after you use a rest, you know, like
Right.
kind of a, you know, a balance there. But no, 0 balance, all fuck you. Because that's the other thing. Game is hard as shit. It is beautiful and fun and intense, and my hands are now just starting to dry up. But it is fucking wild. I really do love it, but I am back at the very beginning of the game, and I got to do that 2 hours again. And it's, you know,
Damn.
like at first when I spawned back in my head, I was just like, oh, well, the short, or, you know, I know exactly where the door is to the boss, so I'm just going to, you know, get an assault rifle and run right over there. It's procedurally generated. It's a roguelike. You got to start everything over from the tip top. And I'm like, God damn it. So yeah, it's a lot of fun, but it is fucking punishing. But Jay, before we get onto the news, we also watched a little something over the weekend. I watched it entirely
I didn't.
somehow. I know you didn't get all the way through it. Just a heads up, we will be getting into spoilers. Or do you mind if I get into spoilers? Just
Kinda.
kinda? Okay, so we won't get into spoilers. We'll just
Sum it up.
we'll get into like the first 20 minutes or so, because that's what you said you watched. I think that's fair. I think IGN released the first 7 minutes. So we'll go 8 minutes over that. First 15 minutes. Mortal Kombat, Jay. What'd you think? Spoiler free. What'd you think of the first 15 minutes that you were able to watch?
I don't remember. Like I remember like the first 5 minutes. I remember a baby and Sub-Zero and
Dude,
like
the opening
dude.
was so promising. The opening
yeah, the
was
opening
awesome.
was sick. And then like as soon as the opening was over, I was like, "Yo, let's put on Trailer Park Boys or something."
Some
Like, I
real
don't
cinema.
remember. Yeah, some real fucking. I don't know, man. I just couldn't. It just. I thought like a movie like that, you'd think it'd be like boom in your face, like Mortal Kombat. No, it's just like I'm like,
The song plays once at the end. Don't get me wrong, it was a fucking get hype, like orchestrated version of the Mortal Kombat song, but like none of the score was based around Mortal Kombat. Like, one thing I always go back to, this is no spoilers, is first Mortal Kombat 90, or I guess spoilers for 95 Mortal Kombat, fuck you. When, like one thing I thought of watching throughout the movie was Reptile. When Reptile like first popped up in the movie, he was like Reptile. And then his song for Mortal Kombat 3 started playing. And it was fucking awesome. And like, they had Liu Kang's theme song, they had Shang Tsung's theme song, they had Johnny Cage's and Sonya Blade's theme song in the score. So like, why didn't they do that? Like orchestrated versions of those songs for the characters that you were like, having be the centerpiece in those scenes.
I like the first 5 minutes. I thought they were gonna get me with some good old fatalities or something. There was nothing,
Dude.
nothing. I was like, this is just. It feels like another like run of the mill cheesy, freaking martial arts centered violent movie, and like I was just like, I didn't get hooked within the first like 10-15 minutes, and I fucking turned it off.
So the movie had about a $90 million budget, and when you look it up, it looks like a lot of that went into the actual effects of the movie, and like the world of it. Whereas that makes sense because they totally didn't invest in actors. Oh my god, the fucking lead guy Cole Young, Jesus, don't quit your day job, kid. He was not a good actor. It was rough. Just line delivery and just even action sequences, like I thought he was okay. I thought he was like, so without getting into like, his overall character, I thought he brought like an interesting spin to Mortal Kombat. Like he was more of like an MMA fighter kind of guy. Like, like kind of groundish roles, like blocks like a UFC fighter, but he was just so not interesting at all. Like
Dude,
none of it was interesting.
I just feel like you can't go wrong with Mortal Kombat, but they went wrong with Mortal Kombat.
The only
And, like,
interesting,
they should just make a Tekken movie.
They shouldn't. They really shouldn't. The only interesting part of it, really, I thought was the opening and how they were setting it up. Like if they would like, for a second, I thought that they were gonna like stay in this like, like 16th century, and I was like, that actually makes a lot of sense for Mortal Kombat. But it gets into just it's a hard watch, and I really wish it wasn't. I got through it because like the gore and stuff and violence was cool. There was just, they were trying to pay homage to the game in ways that don't translate well in movies. Like there's a scene where Liu Kang keeps like leg sweeping Kano, like they're training, and he keeps leg sweeping Kano, or he keeps uppercutting. It's one of the two, I can't remember. One of those traditional Mortal Kombat moves that someone would just fucking spam you with. And he hits Kano with it like 4 times in a row, and then Kano stands up and he's just like, "Is that the only fucking move you know?" And it's like, that's just been done in a movie fucking 10,000 times. So seeing it translated, I get what you were going for, but like that was a miss. And I don't know where a lot of people were getting their feelings from this movie. Like people were like, Kano stole the show. Kano was so funny. Kano was the best. Dude, he did not hit me once with anything. I don't know if I laughed at that dude once. He was trying really fucking hard. But yeah, I'm trying really not to spoil anything about the movie besides.
I just think everyone go watch it and comment on the video when this comes out on YouTube and let us know what you think.
Sure. Because I thought it was pretty hot garbage. There were some saving graces, but overall, not really that good. But Jay, you want to get into the news there? We got looks like we got about 8 stories here with a couple tidbits in between. Story number 1. This is game delays got even worse as the pandemic grew, pandemic progressed, but studios grew. This is by Jordan Olomin over at IGN. This GDC has been happening this past week, so there's been a lot of shit coming out. Some really big numbers for Sony that we'll get into, which is really cool. But this first, GDC survey of over 3,000 games industry professionals revealed that the game delays have gotten worse as the pandemic progressed, but many game studios have also gone in tandem. The Games Developer Conference 2021 State of the Industry survey notes that 44% of developers it spoke to said that they had a game delayed during the pandemic. This is up on last summer's survey, which reported that 33%, or a third of all game developers, had delayed a game due to the impact of COVID-19. While many of those delays will be internal, we've seen a large number of games publicly shift their dates already this year. Check out every game delayed announced in 2021 so far. There's been a lot of them. Yet at the same time, almost half the game studios have also grown considerably. 47% of the studios surveyed said that they had experienced their staff over, or they have expanded their staff over the past year, and 66% said that the productivity and creativity stayed the same or even increased. This suggested studios are going to adapt to working from home. 41% of those who responded to last year's survey said that productivity had been damaged by the move to remote working conditions. Give me 1 second here. I've got a cough that's killing me. Sorry. You can view the results of the full survey here, which is available as a free download. In the same survey, it was revealed that the PS5 is the most popular console to develop for. That is going to be one of our stories. I think it's next. While PC remains the most popular platform for developers overall. This, this survey is just the easiest access. This survey lands ahead of the Game Developers Conference in 2021, which will occur between July 19th and between July 19th and the 23rd as an all-digital event for the second year in a row. All right, so yeah, no, this is it's not GDC right now. GDC just normally happens right now. It's just happening after E3, which is fucking confusing as shit. It's just a bunch of GDC noise that is happening this week. Jay, I know pretty much every game you were looking forward to this year has been delayed. Not Halo. I don't know why I said Halo. Harry Potter is what I meant to say.
Yeah, God fucking.
And then what was the other one that they were working on?
6 days? No, that's
no. I don't know why I thought you were looking forward to Gotham Knights. That's what I'm looking forward to. But yeah, no. This is it looks like they're shifting towards working from home. That's gonna be interesting. Do you think that's gonna hold up, or do you think as soon as 2022 hits and they're all able to go back to the offices, they're just gonna all go back to crunching at the offices?
Yeah, they're just all gonna go back to crunching at the offices. Yo, Reese, what's up?
What up, Reese? Yeah, no, I mean, I hope that they are able to find a sort of a balance between the two, maybe, because the crunch has been considerable, considering what Jason Schreier has been reporting over this last year with The Last of Us Part 2 and Cyberpunk. So hopefully they're able to find a balance between working from home and working from the studios, because I also know that, the reason why all these games are being canceled is because they need to be able to work together in the studios. I don't know why. I've talked to my brother, and he's, he works with computers, and he says that, all of his work can essentially be done, just conversely through Discord. You don't really need to even be with anyone. You could just send whatever shit you need back and forth. But for some reason, across all game studios, they just need to work together in person. So that really intrigues me, because that just shows how much I don't know about the games industry when I really think I do.
Yo, Heretic, what's going on, brother?
Zombie. Oh, I thought that was a fucking sun kiss and it was a beer. But no, yeah, it's upsetting that these games are being delayed, but if you got to delay them, you got to delay them. Don't rush a game out and just release it broken.
Like Cyberpunk
or Avengers.
Yeah. Oh God.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's a part 2 to this, which is the PS5 is the most popular console to develop on. The survey says this is further in depth than what he just mentioned back there. This is by Matt Purslow, sticking to IGN. A new report from Game Developer Conference GDC, I don't know why they just say GDC, has suggested that the PS5 is the most popular console to develop for, while PC remains the most popular platform with developers overall. GDC's 2021 State of the Game Industry report is based on a survey of over 3,000 game industry professionals. Of the people polled, 44% said that they were most interested in the PlayStation 5 from a developer's perspective. That position is that positions it at the most popular console in the survey, ahead of the Nintendo Switch at 38%, the Xbox Series at 30%, and it's also ahead of VR platforms at 27%. While developer interest in the PS5 is significantly higher than the Xbox Series, among those polled, all consoles paled in comparison to the PC, which commanded 58% of the vote. GDC's 2020 survey also saw the PC lead the platform in PAC, which is overall unsurprising considering the continued player interest in PC gaming and the open development nature of the platform, like I casually mentioned before. As the platforms where developer interest is barely there, just 4% said that they were interested in PlayStation Now, and only 6% expressed interest in Google Stadia. I got a quick little tidbit for them after this. Xbox Project Xcloud came in at a little higher at 8%, but at least as the survey goes, it appears that developer appetite for video game streaming is far from high. That, I feel like, could say a lot about just Games Pass and other projects that Xbox has been tackling. That I wonder if it. Okay, so I'm trying to think of an example of a studio. Like, okay, all the Yakuza games are on Games Pass, right? I wonder, Xbox didn't go to the developer to do that. They went to the publisher. They went to Sega to do that. Or Capcom. Who does Yakuza? It's either Sega. I'm pretty sure it's Sega. So I wonder if the developers would have been like, no, we don't want to put our games on the streaming services. We want to sell our games. Whereas the publisher is just like, we're just going to take this check because we don't know how much your game is really going to sell. So I feel like that right there is pretty damn interesting. But what do you think of this overall? Is PlayStation leading the pack for console games? Do you think that could have shifted over these last consoles, or do you think that's strictly because of the new hardware inside of the PS5?
I think it's because of their first-party titles.
What up, Zeroof? Or
Zero.
Zeroof? I don't know. I'm trying here.
Zero of T-Town, brother.
Okay, yeah,
What's
he
up,
says
Zero?
Sega makes it.
Oh, what was I gonna say? I don't remember. I just know that I think the reason why that they are the most popular console to develop for is because they have a little contract with Epic Games for Unreal Engine 5. So a lot of these developers are trying to take advantage of that sweet, sweet honeypot.
Yeah, Zero in the chat says Sony hasn't ever lost control. The sales and exclusives prove it. Yeah, no, I mean they definitely slipped in the early PS3 days. But I just keep pointing back to they eventually caught up 2 years later by by 2008ish 2009 they were already over Xbox 360 sales, and that's after that's after the 360 was on the market for a year longer. What I think this is leading to is just the fact that there was a larger player basis on the PS4 compared to the Xbox and the Nintendo. So that just gave developers more access to actual consumers. So they're just kind of speculating the same with the PS5, and based off of sales numbers for the PS5, which I think I got in the stories here, it's clearly obvious that they're on track to hit those same numbers, which is fucking wild to even say. But is that all you got to say right there?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah.
All right. The real story number 2, just going to pass right past this one. This is a tweet from the Stadia account. Good news! A search bar is now rolling out to the Stadia store. Get a sneak peek into the next features coming to Stadia's in today's blog. Dude, I thought this was from the Hard Times. I saw someone retweet this, and I thought this was a joke. What did you do before? Did you just scroll through their list of games?
I
Was their
guess.
was their list of games hopefully that short to where you didn't have to scroll that far to see them all? That's fucking wild. What? Hold on, real quick here, real quick. Uh, when did Stadia release? Dude, come on, dude. November 2019. That is fucking unreal. They're closing. They're not going to last. Obviously, do you think?
None of these things are gonna last.
Yeah, like Amazon Luna, Stadia. When do you see that? How much longer do you give Stadia?
Once a bunch of fucking real next gen titles come out and people won't be able to just stream it.
Yeah. I mean, I'd say I would give them. I mean, unless they do something drastic, like they were supposed to have an exclusive for their console, or what was it, for their service? I can't remember what it was.
What?
It was some indie game where this guy was claiming that, like, because of Stadia's tech, it could only run on Stadia, and because of like the online feature, it could only work on Stadia. And I'm pretty sure it's not even coming to Stadia anymore, and now it's coming to consoles. It's like, what the fuck is going on? Zero in the chat says, another note of worth is Nintendo and Sony succeed everywhere, but Xbox still can't claim a toehold in Japan. Yeah, that's we talked about that a couple of weeks ago with Hideo Kojima rumors that he was going to be partnering with Xbox, and I can't remember who phrased it in the article, but they said it was Xbox was doing that. Phil Spencer was doing that with Hideo Kojima to leverage other Japanese developers to come and work for Xbox. And I honestly thought that was like kind of insulting. That, like, he thinks that, just because Kojima works for you guys, that you'll get all these other Japanese developers to come and work for you. Like, that's not how it works. Especially not in Japanese business. They are like, it's weird. Like, business in Japan is like completely different. And like, I'm not trying to sound like xenophobic or like racist or anything, because it's not at all. Like, work culture in Japan is genuinely 100% different. Just look at how Nintendo operates. The average employee at Nintendo doesn't work 40 hours and gets like 80 grand a year. Name me any other fucking company that does that. And then they'll, what was it? When the Wii U bombed, I can't remember who was the CEO of the Nintendo at the time. Don't kill me for it. But and he cut his pay in half so he could pay his team instead of doing a layoff, like a mass layoff. So their culture works completely different. And one thing I'm hoping is that Hideo has such good ties with Sony that even if he does put his game out on Xbox, he'll still put his game out on Sony. I don't care if it's cross-platform or whatever. I just need that shit on PlayStation. It's so synonymous with it. And then you also said Stadia will eventually lead into Google Glasses, Windows Glasses style mobile gaming. I mean, the glasses don't even exist. Yes, Jay was saying, yeah, once exclusives start rolling out, this thing's going to die. So really, I feel like exclusives are the only way it will really live, which is, I know people hate talking about exclusives. You can't talk about exclusives anymore. Goddamn if there's any competition in the gaming industry, but fuck me, right? That was a dumb story. Story number 3. Thursday, there was a Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart state of play. They debuted about 15 minutes of gameplay, and oh, daddy,
Look at that
oh, it's a Pixar movie. It looks like unbelievable. It looks perfect. That's like the most concerning thing, is it looks perfect. There's nothing wrong with it. The one issue I had with it is I thought it could potentially be too easy, like the 2016 one was. Like, that wasn't anything I even saw in the game. Like, I saw his tail clipping through some grass. Fuck. But yeah, no, dude, this game looks perfect. You loved Ratchet, right?
Yeah.
Look at this. Look at everything happening on screen. How? Fuck you, Cyberpunk. Why weren't you this? Seriously. God damn, they should have just done a fucking linear game. Did you play the
Yeah.
2016 one?
The reboot?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Did you play through the whole thing?
I don't think so.
How'd you like it?
I liked it.
So
You know, I like that style of game. It's just like a sit up, plop my ass on the couch and play for a little bit.
Oh, I can't fucking wait. I'm gonna platinum this one. Insomniac, they are just killing it. They are killing it. What is it? Within the last, let's see, 7 years? Let's go back 7 years. You got Sunset Overdrive, 2016's Ratchet and Clank, you got Spider-Man, you got Spider-Man Miles Morales, you got Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. That's 5 fucking games, dude. That is insane. 5 games in 7 years of like top tier quality, and I'm probably missing one. Looks better quality than the movie did. Fuck yeah, it does. This shit looks like a Pixar movie. I don't get it. Get fucking hype. PS5 only. Suck it, losers. I'm sorry. That was mean. What do we got here? Story number 4?
I felt like they did Zero. Didn't they do Psychonauts?
No,
Didn't
that's
they like re-release it?
No, they who does Psychonauts? Fuck. Psychonauts 2 is coming out. That's God! I don't know. Fuck, I'm not even gonna do it. We're going over The Verge. This is by Tom Warren. Fortnite isn't on Microsoft's Xbox Cloud gaming service because Epic won't allow it. Epic Games is holding back Fortnite from being available on Microsoft's Xbox Cloud gaming service, according to a new deposition made public as part of the Epic case against Apple. The Fortnite developer views Microsoft's Xcloud service as competition to its PC offerings, and the company is deliberately not offering Fortnite on Xcloud as a result. Bam! See, this is competition. I like this. Joe Kreiner, Epic's vice president of business development, was questioned over why Fortnite isn't available on xCloud and confirmed it was a deliberate choice. He says, in quote, "We viewed Microsoft's effort with xCloud to be competitive with our PC offerings," end quote, says Kreiner. In the deposition, the court document makes it appear that Kreiner may go on to explain why, but the next part of the questioning has been redacted. Oh ho ho. Fortnite is a free-to-play game on Xbox, and the only way to currently access the game on an iPhone is through NVIDIA's GeForce Now cloud gaming service. That fucking sucks. Epic Games partnered with NVIDIA last year to launch Fortnite on GeForce Now, Android Army, and has helped NVIDIA offer a number of other games for its PC game store on the NVIDIA Cloud Gaming Service, where all of the revenue from the original games purchased or any in-app purchases go back to the Epic rather than NVIDIA. As far as the Epic is concerned, the game is simply running on PC. Jay, is this the start? Is there a streaming war about to start?
I don't know. Over a fork knife?
Bro, you need that thing. You need that thing. People need it.
I hate it.
Oh, fuck yeah, of course. But, I guarantee you Microsoft is fucking kicking themselves because it's not on xCloud. Yeah, I thought that's kind of wild. What was it here?
Fork knife.
Zero in the chat says, oh, in 2018, they did the Spyro re-release. Did they? No, they didn't. No, they didn't. Have they been in and out with court? No, they didn't. What would that be? Just the Spyro trilogy? I gotta look that up. Hold up. Reignited trilogy.
Oh, yeah?
Where we at here? Where we at here? Where we at here? Yeah, no, Toys in some questioning. Trilogy developed by because like I'm confused because I think they might just be doing like some sort of writer kind of situation where like if you look on fucking IMDb, it'll say, game of George R. R. Martin wrote like, all the episodes of the show, but then when you click on it, it's in parentheses, it says like characters. So I wonder if it's like that kind of situation because they did originally do them, but I know Toys for Bob was the ones. That's who I was thinking of. Where are we at here? No. Okay, here we are. Later the same year, also stated that making a new Spyro game was a possibility. Wait. Anything. Blah, 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 blah. All right, Andrew House, and then developer Vicarious Visions stated that they were working on it. So, I don't know. I'm getting too deep into the weeds of this one, but no, I think they wanted to do it, or no, I think Toys for Bob was the one who did it, but Insomniac Games are the ones who did it before, so they are credited for it. Like, I mean, when Jay, you played it, Insomniac owns the rights. Well, PlayStation owns Insomniac.
Fucking
so
love
they
that
own the rights
game.
now. You played the Reignited trilogy. Do you remember it
Yeah.
opening with the Insomniac splash page?
Yeah.
Really? Let me get images. Let me get images. Where's that cover art? Hit me with that cover art. Yeah, see, no, Toys for Bob and Activision. I know Activision published it and they gave it
Looking
to
into it too deep.
Here, you look into it while I move on to the next story. Someone look into it because that right there, that's the case. Insomniac or Sony gave the rights away to Activision, or they bought the rights at some point and gave it to Toys for Bob because Toys for Bob has had it for a while because of Skylanders. There's something there. Insomniac did not develop this trilogy. That's the point I'm taking an absurd amount of time to get to. But yeah, Epic won't allow games on Fortnite on Xcloud, which is pretty funny if you ask me. There's a part 2 to that. Microsoft shakes up PC gaming by reducing Windows Store cut to just 12%. This is again by Tom Warren. Microsoft is shaking up the world of PC gaming today with a big cut of the amount of revenue it takes for the games on Windows. The software giant is reducing its cut from 30% to just 12% from August 1st, and it's in a clear bid to compete with Steam and entice developers and studios to bring more PC games to its Microsoft store. They're going to open up, or no, they're just going to do something with Xbox maybe, or they're going to open up their own Microsoft store. That's like Steam kind of, or do they already have one like that?
What?
Does Microsoft have like a Steam style store? Like kind of an app you just pull up, or is it like kind of integrated into the thing? I don't know. It's not really that interesting to me. End quotes. Game developers are at the heart of bringing great games to our players, and we want them to find and succeed on our platforms. God, I'm starting to lose my voice. Says Matt Boutte, head of Xbox Game Studios at Microsoft. A clear, no strings attached revenue share means developers can bring more games to more players and find greater commercial success from doing so. These changes will only affect PC games and not Xbox console games in Microsoft Store. While Microsoft hasn't explained why it's not reducing the 30% it takes on Xbox game sales, it's likely because the console business model is entirely different to PC. Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo subsidize hardware to make consoles more affordable and offer marketing deals in return for a 30% cut of software sales. Microsoft's new reduction on the PC side is significant, and it matches the same revenue split that Epic Games offers PC game developers, while also putting more pressure on Valve to reduce its Steam store cut. Valve still takes a 30% cut on sales in its Steam store, which is reduced to 25% when sales hit 10 million, and then 20% every sale after 50 million. I'm going to stop right there because it gets into a bunch of more numbers and bullshit. And god damn it, hold on. I got to
chug a beer.
Get that whistle wet. Holy shit. I feel like it's just drying me out more. Okay, Jay. How do you feel about... Yeah, what do you think about Microsoft reducing PCs gaming prices, or reducing the prices of their games on PC.
It makes sense because when you download a game on PC, you shouldn't have to pay for like that packaging fee and like the disc and everything like that, which is why games are like $60.
Yeah, I mean it's also just it's just a publishing fee also. Like that's, Sony, they still charge 30% to well, actually no, cuz Sony doesn't sell their games on any other store. Well, no, yes, Steam, they would still charge 30% for their two games, Days Gone and Horizon. Um and actually they might get some money for uh those, what was it, Detroit Become Human and, excuse me, yeah, Detroit Become Human and Heavy Rain in those games, because they initially published those. Or those actually might have gotten ported to PC from a different publisher. I don't know how that worked specifically. But no, that's a big deal, because that means they're going to be getting less than, actually no, that's hmm. I wonder what moves they're making here, because they can't, I mean, is it like, is just this them leaning more into Games Pass maybe?
Maybe.
Because I mean, they're like, who's buying our games on Windows anyways? Yeah, you say MLB The Show 2021 is owned by now. Yeah, elsewhere as well. Yeah, that's on Games Pass. So if someone was to buy that, um, if that's on Windows,
you don't have to buy it.
I'm curious how that works.
You just download it.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to think if someone bought it though, on PC, because it is on PC too, I believe. I wonder if someone bought it on Windows and PC. How that? I mean, yeah, I guess Sony would still
It's
take.
Basically an Xbox copy.
I mean, Sony would still take their 30%. Well, no, Sony would take the majority of the percentage because they developed the game. But yeah, no, I feel like I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of hints throughout these news stories today with streaming, with no developers essentially wanting to work on streaming services, Microsoft fucking cutting their percentage down, and then Epic, kind of hinting at a streaming war to come. I think this could be leading to something big, but not really. I don't know. I'm getting hints. I'm smelling something, Jay. Something's not right.
Blood in the water.
Yeah. But what do we got here? What else do I got? Story number 5? Yeah? Yeah, no, thank you. Microsoft's gaming business reports a 50% jump in quarterly revenue. Here's some more good news for Microsoft. Who's this by? I want to quote him. Tom Ivan over at the Video Games Chronicle. I've been going on this site a lot lately. I really like it. On Tuesday, the game company announced its results for the third financial quarter ended March 31st, 2021. Hold on, Zero has been popping off out here. Microsoft in the past said it wanted to be a console agnostic. Basically, they want to stop making Xbox and go to Games Pass for main source of gaming income. I know for a fact, like positive, in 2013 or 14, before the Master Chief Collection came out, they were trying to have it on PlayStation. That is true. There are reports of that. That is a fact. So yeah, Microsoft has always tried to make really weird moves in gaming and now again. And Sony, fun fact, didn't want Halo on their console, so they turned them down. But boosted by the launch of Xbox Series X/S in November 2021, the division's third quarter revenue was up 50% over year to $3.53 billion. And then there's just a little snippet of the actual, let's see here. Gaming revenue grew 50%, up 48%. Xbox content and services revenue grew 34%, up from 32%. Xbox hardware revenue grew from 232%, up from 223%. So those are all significantly high numbers, but that's expected because of a new console gen. Xbox content and services revenue increased 34%, driven by the strength of third parties I just read all that. Microsoft said the gaming revenue and Xbox content and services revenue include ZeniMax, Bethesda's parent company, which was acquired by Xbox maker for $7.5 billion, way overpaid, during the third quarter. According to, which is actually insane that they are more profitable after spending that, but that just shows you how much money Microsoft makes. According to the Nyko Partners senior analyst Daniel Ahmed, the results represent the best Q1 fiscal year Q3 for Microsoft's gaming division since they started breaking out numbers about 6 years ago. Speaking about the performance of gaming business during Microsoft's third quarter earnings call, CEO Satya Nadella, almost like Nutella, said we're expanding our opportunity as we help both gamers and creators play, connect, and build across communities on any device. People are turning to Xbox more than ever to play and chat with friends, and we saw record engagement this quarter, led by strength on and off console. With Game Pass, we're redefining how games are distributed, played, and viewed. Just last week, we added cloud gaming via the browser, expanding our reach across PC and mobile. Content is the flywheel behind the services growth, and upon the closing of our acquisition with ZeniMax Media this quarter, we made 20 of the world's most iconic and beloved games accessible via Games Pass, with more to come. Nadella also said Minecraft has nearly 140 million monthly active users, up 30% year over year, making it one of the leading platforms in the creator economy. Creators have generated over 350 million from more than 1 billion downloads of mods, add-ons, and other experiences in Minecraft. Later on call, Microsoft Chief Financial Officer Amy Wood said the company expects the Xbox Series XS supply issues to continue until at least June of 2021. Reporting in its second quarter results in January, Microsoft said Xbox Series X/S enjoyed the biggest console launch in the company's history, still under the PS5. Speaking on its earnings call, Nadella said the company surpassed $5 billion in gaming revenue for the first time. For the first time during the 3 months ended December 31st, 2020. The launch of the Series X and Series S was the most successful in our history, with the most devices ever sold in a launch month, he claimed. Nadella also announced in January that Xbox Game Pass had amassed 18 million subscribers, up from 15 million reported in September of 2020. Okay, Xbox. They had a good first quarter. Jay, I just want to make sure. Oh, I don't have it in here. So I'm just going to hop over here real quick. PS5 sales numbers. Yep, 7.8 million, which is fucking impressive. What we got there? Let me get to The Verge. Let me just pull this up right here. Back at The Verge from Sam Boyford. Should have had this in the news, but we're just jumping here right now. Sony has sold 7.8 million PS5 consoles as of March 31st, 2021. The company says in its latest earnings call, the number of PlayStation Plus subscribers is now 47.6 million, a 14.7% increase year on year. The fourth quarter figures brings the overall PlayStation business to a total operating profit of 342 billion yen. That's 3.14 billion. I don't know why they said yen first. And for the 2020 financial year, a record for Sony. Sony's last earnings report revealed that the company had shipped 4.5 million PS5 units worldwide through the end of 2020. That means that 3.3 million units were shipped from January to March, giving the idea of Sony's current manufacturing capacity. It's still very difficult to actually buy a PS5 with demand far outstripping supply. The quarter-to-quarter drop is likely expanding by Sony's ramping up production ahead of the system's launch. Goddamn! They are literally ahead of the PS4. What is it? It says it down here. Let me just make sure. Sony also shipped an additional million PS4 consoles in the last quarter. No, I don't think they get into it here, but by this time in the PS4's life cycle, we have outsold the PS4. So by May 1st of 2014, there were less PS4s than by May 1st, 2021 of PS5s.
COVID.
No, there were less PS4s. They got more PS4s out than they got they got more PS5s out than PS4s. Sorry.
Everyone buying them because they're at home.
That's insane. Like I can't. My biggest problem right now is if fucking God of War 2, whatever Ragnarok, whatever the fuck it's called, comes out on PS4, I'm going to be so fucking angry. That game needs to natively be built for the PS5 and only release on the PS5. Because if it runs on the PS4, I will be heartbroken. And they were in talks with Nintendo as well. Yeah, that was back in the 90s. Zero is referring to Microsoft. Yeah, they were literally laughed out of the office. You could go find, I can't remember who reported that story, but you could look that up. That's actually a really funny interview. Imagine those bonus checks for those board members. Yeah, 140 million. Jesus. And the scalpers. Yeah, the scalpers, see, it's like, it's a double-edged sword, unfortunately, with Sony, where, like, you know, they don't care. They're being bought. They don't care who's buying them. They're being bought. If, you know, one guy wants to buy fucking 50 of them and then sell them for fucking $800 a piece, Sony got their money. They got, that's all they care about. What they really care about is seeing people on eBay pay the amount of 3 PS5s for one, because that just shows them how much more they could be selling if only they could produce them, which is just topic that has been coming up time and time again. Jay, okay, it's 2030. Where we at? Who's in the lead? Who's won this console gen?
2030.
About 10 years from now, where are we going to be at?
Soulja Boy and his console.
It's the right answer. It was a trick question, and you fucking got it.
Thank you. No, I think...
You're watching, clap. Clap! Yes.
No, it's going to be whatever's in the new Tesla that year. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I have no idea. Like, I think like it's still going to be PC because they're going to be pushing the limits.
Well, I'm talking about console sales. Like, who's gonna have sold the most consoles? Like, I mean, PS5, they pretty much sold. I think it actually breaks down to like 4-1 on Xbox Ones. Like, that's insane. Like, there's like 40-ish. I think there's between like 40 and 50 million.
Dude, like, all right. So, like, the PS5's going through that phase that the PS4 did, where it released, and there's not that many like, you know, games out to play. So once they start cooking and announcing stuff and release, there's going to be no chance for Xbox.
For me, it's not even that there's no games, because when you look at the history of the two consoles' launch lineups, I would say the PS5 has had more sustainable games. The PS5 launched with Spider-Man and Demon Souls. Hitman 3 was made on the made for the PS5, and that came out in January. It's about 2 months after the console came out. There was also Sackboy's Big Adventure, and then what was it? There was something that came out. It was really about a 2 month slow point there between February and March. But then you got Returnal. And that's about what the lineup was for the PS4. But I would say that the lineup for me personally wasn't as interesting. It was like it was like Battlefield 4, Thief, and like Assassin's Creed
Ghost.
Black Flag. Yeah. And then there was Killzone Shadowfall and Knack. No one remembers Knack. No one liked Knack. And then it wasn't until April where we got, or maybe it was March. I think it was April though. Or actually, it could have been February. I think it was March. Is where we got Infamous Second Son. And then later on that year, I don't even know if we got anything else that year. So I would say the PS4 was a lot more slower. But this...
The Order. Forgot about that game.
Oh, fucking terrible. This has me excited because I also know that Sony plans on investing in their games. But story number 6. What is this? What do we got here? Oh yeah. Super Mario Party's first patch in 2 years adds classic modes to online play. This is by Polygon, Austin Goslin. Jay, what the I'm not even going to read the article because that headline basically sums it up. What the fuck is up with Nintendo, and why do they do this where they just randomly patch their games that could have used this at the launch of the game, let
'Cause they
alone
don't think they're too far in the future.
let
They're
alone at hopefully the tail end of COVID. Like this would have been a perfect thing to launch across like alongside Animal Crossing or around Animal Crossing.
all but 10 of 80 mini games can be played with friends online. What's that? Why can't I play all of them?
I could live with 80, or I could live with 70. I bet you wouldn't even notice. The games are so random, I bet you wouldn't even notice. And I'm
Who
sure
knows?
they might have a reason not to. But no, this is cool, but it's just like why? Why now?
It's like a little too late.
Yeah, I mean, I now want to get Mario Party so I could play with my friends, but that's the other thing. Nintendo's online service is fucking terrible. Their online works bad. You do not have a steady connection on that thing.
Nope.
So yeah, what we got here? Story number 7. Coming up on the end here. Let's rip that off.
I saw this.
Yeah, this is a new. We're in a new age of video games. Everyone, Respawn Entertainment wins an Oscar for a first for gaming companies. And their games are expensive. Whose games? Sony's? Talking about that 70?
Nintendo.
Oh, Nintendo. Oh yeah. No, they're they don't adjust their prices at all. Fucking what's it called? I bet Breath of the Wild is still $60 in store. But anyways, this is by Liana Rupert over at Game Informer. Respawn Entertainment is out here making history during the annual Academy Awards ceremony. The EA studio just took home an Oscar during the 93rd edition of the show, making it the first gaming company to boast a win. Respawn Entertainment and Oculus Studio have won an Oscar for Best Documentary Short during this year's Academy Awards ceremony for a documentary called Colette and the Medal of Honor Above and Beyond. Medal of Honor Above and Beyond is a VR experience rooted in real-life World War II history, immersive and highly interactive. The game on its own is an enjoyable experience, but what many might not know is how positive of an impact it has for veterans in shining a truthful light on American history. Unlike other games that say that they're showing of an honest reflection on U.S. history, Above and Beyond truly captured something raw with its VR experience. That realness was brought to the forefront through a series of mini documentaries that helped make up a game. Jay, did you hear about this before you saw this article?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
I did not
dude,
even know this was a thing.
Really? You didn't
Yeah.
know that? Oh my god. Alright, here. Go on YouTube and look up the gameplay trailer.
Just Medal of Honor Above and Beyond?
Yeah, have you seen that?
No. Oh, wait, is that VR one?
Yeah.
How was it?
I heard it was balls.
Yeah.
But I heard it was because it had a troubled launch.
God damn it. What the fuck? This looks rough.
Nah,
What-
the set pieces look sick though. Like,
That's cool. God damn it! That's cool.
can like throw pans at Nazis, throw knives and shit, anything that you can get your hands on.
But yeah, no, that's super cool. I wonder how far that's gonna go. Because movies and video games, as we were talking earlier, don't really translate too well. So
Well, basically, the game is told in a documentary perspective kind of deal.
oh really?
So, like, it'll go through the mini doc and then you'll play that story. Like you'll be like, you know,
Yeah, that's dope.
and that's how the whole game is structured.
Hell yeah. All right, we got one more quick story, and then we'll get on to our big topic. Story number 8. What do we got here? This is back at VGC by Chris Scullion. Hitman Studio IO Interactive is reportedly working on an Xbox exclusive. A video posted on Windows Central Gaming suggests that the Hitman developer has teamed up with Microsoft to work on the new dragon-themed IP in quotes, which will reportedly be published under the Xbox Game Studios banner. The report refers to a GamesIndustry.biz interview with IO Interactive CEO Hakan Abrak, in which he confirmed the team was working on other projects besides the already announced James Bond title. Without going too much into detail, he says, "We have a third universe that we are working actively on, which is a bit different and absolutely a love child," Abrak says in an interview. "It is something our core people, our veteran staff, and have been dreaming about for some time." Windows Central Gaming's Jez Corden tweeted, God, I'm losing my voice. Tweeted that sometimes there are. Wait, no, did I say that right? No, I jumped down entirely. Windows Central Gaming's Jez Corden tweeted that he had evidence Microsoft and IO had been discussing the dragon-themed IP a while back, and that this interview with Abrak suggested the project was now underway. This was corroborated by Twitter user Cobril, who specializes in reporting on Xbox Game Studio games. On the day Abrak interview was published, Cobril tweeted, "Sometimes there are gaming news. There are gaming news which seem boring on the surface, but actually are the beginning of something ambitious and have a direct connection to Xbox. That sometimes moment happens this week." So Jay, yeah, you sound pretty hyped over there. What do you see Hitman Studio, you see dragon themed IP, you see Xbox exclusive. That's a lot of buzzwords.
Yeah, all right.
Joust Lee, what up, baby? What up, baby?
The dragon themed IP seems sick. I think that's gonna be like a multiplayer thing they're working on. But
I saw a lot of people tweeting out that it's like it's not scale bound. It's not, like the developers, they're like it's not scale bound, or like insiders, they're like it is not scale bound.
Yeah, I don't know. I just care about the James Bond game because that's gonna be running like off the Hitman engine, Glacier.
Yeah.
And if you played Hitman 3,
that
is a masterpiece.
Well, I feel like the way that game ended kind of gave you a teaser for how their James Bond is going to work, just because that final mission is not a Hitman mission in any way, shape, or form. I think that is straight up like kind of like
John
I said, like
Wick.
a teaser. Yeah, like a teaser for James Bond.
And they're gonna make the controls more fluent.
Yeah,
like the shooting, even though the shooting mechanics aren't terrible, but they're not perfect.
Yeah,
and then the hand-to-hand combat and all the gadgets that they added into this Hitman game, like the phone, or the camera that unlocks stuff. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's obvious at this point that this is true, but I'm curious how they're gonna tackle that, because just when I think of Hitman or IO, I think of not like stiff. I guess stiff is a good. I just when you play as 47, you feel real stiff, and I guess that is how that character plays. But I feel like going from like Hitman to like an action dragon themed IP, I feel like that's gonna be like a not a Playground Games going from Forza to Fable, but maybe like a Killzone, like a Guerrilla Games going from Killzone to Horizon. I feel like that'll be a big task for them, but they're a great studio. They know exactly what they're doing, and I'm really hyped to see whatever they got coming. But we got that's it. That's back to the topic. But I want to smoke a cigarette. We've been going for an hour and 10. I need a cigarette. I'm going to go to the bathroom. 3 minutes. Count it. 3 minutes. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in. What is it, Jay?
What?
We'll be back in.
3 minutes.
There you go, baby. 3 minutes. We'll be right back. All right, we are back. We are doing our closing topic. We like to end each show with a little topic to give you a little more insight into who we are as gamers. We started this 2 episodes ago, so that'd be episode 4 if you want to check that out at youtube.com/punkwithacontroller. We started off with our top 5 favorite video games of all time. And then last week, episode 5, we did our most anticipated video games of 2021. We normally do top 5s and then have like 5 like honorable mentions, games that we want to shout out but couldn't really necessarily include. But Jay, you want to hit me with a game that you want to see come back? Or a studio you want to see come back? Something you want to see come back?
Well, I just noticed 2 of the games are actually part of this one of the studios that I want back. But I'm just gonna start off with a game that I think we might have to make an episode dedicated to, and that's SOCOM U.S. Navy SEALs.
I didn't include it because I knew that you would include it, and yes, there's I have a document of topics that I want to do, and yeah, that's definitely number 1 on the list.
Dude, like, I don't know why you can't learn from your mistakes, make a flagship PS5 exclusive SOCOM game, and like that's like back in the day on the PS2. Like, there was like, you buy an Xbox to play Halo, or you buy a PS2 to play SOCOM 2.
And see where Sony really got lost in the weeds with that is they focused so hard on Killzone. They wanted Killzone to compete with Halo so badly. Killzone just wasn't, it just was never what they wanted it to be, and they tried so hard with that game that I feel like they put all of their resources into that over SOCOM. When looking back on it, Jesus Christ, they should have just stuck with SOCOM. I don't know why they like. There has to be a specific reason why they're not going back to it. I do not think it's controversy.
Not at all, because it was all fictional shit.
Well, like, if anything, I think it's controversy with like the studio and like the game, because I don't know if you knew, but in 2011 with the big PlayStation 3, the PS Online like shutdown and hack, where it was closed for like, I think it was like 25 days or something, or 24 days. That happened the same week that SOCOM 4 launched. So, and that game was online only. Like, they were trying to really push the online for that game. So that game was, by the time
dead on arrival.
By the time that game came out, or by the time the services were back online, no one even acknowledged it. They were just more so pissed off that their credit cards were stolen, and then Sony just gave them 30 free games, so they were all playing those. So yeah, they really sunk SOCOM because of a truly unfortunate situation that I was affected by.
It just needs to be a reboot.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's really like I've been saying it literally since 2015. Do like a count. Back then I was saying Counter-Strike, but now I'm saying Rainbow Six Siege style, like 6v6, 8v8, competitive online multiplayer, where it's like super in depth, super competitive, super realistic, and then do your AAA and crazy, beautiful, in-depth, narrative-driven single-player campaign. And dude, it'll sell like fucking hotcakes. Oh my god, like
Yeah,
and then
especially with that controller, dude.
yeah, and then you don't have to do like you don't have to, I mean, please by all means do. You don't have to do like this 25-hour campaign. You like, it could be 10 hours, 15 hours, like like it could be on the shorter side, because those games
Dude, Modern Warfare's campaign was great.
They don't need to be these long
perfect length.
In fact, if I grab the SOCOM case off my wall, I could read the description of the game to the back of you. It's just 10 levels. It's just like 10 combat situations that you go to. There's no specific characters you follow. There's no story or narrative. You could even
You
do that.
you just get attached to your squad.
Like fuck, picture it. You got
That's
your
it.
you got your strong narrative. You got your random, you got 5 or 10 random AI combat encounters that you could play if you want to do that solo. You got your insanely in-depth multiplayer, which gets you into like the tournament community, and that expands your game for years to come as long as you keep up to date with it. You got studios that know first person shooters, Guerrilla, give the license to them because you do own the license. And fucking A, dude. I mean, their studio is massive. They got like 1,000 employees. Like, take take 200 of them and have them make SOCOM. It's so fucking obvious and it kills me.
Yep.
But my let me see here. I'm gonna I
You gotta
gotta
pick one of your 5.
yeah, I wanna do a shout out. Well, no, you picked one of your 5 first, so I'm gonna pick one of my 5 first. And I'm gonna pick one similar to yours. Do you remember a little game called Shell Shock?
Shell Shock Nam 67 and its terrible sequel.
Oh my god, dude. Oh, it's like I don't even want to acknowledge that one.
I
But
rented that game from the video store, the second one. I was like, this is garbage.
I don't know if Sony has the license to Shell Shock anymore, but Guerrilla developed it. Guerrilla Games developed it. And that game, I remember that being like the first like so there were 3 really big war games that I was into as a kid. There was SOCOM, there was Shell Shock, there was Brothers in Arms. Like those 3 right there. I really need. And Brothers in Arms, while I'm here, that's in my shoutouts. Both of those games. I just want like a really dope, in-depth war shooter. Like a single player campaign that, you know, is accurate and realistic. Like I remember that game was so hard as a kid. And like that's what really stuck out to me, like fucking fumbling through the jungle looking for booby traps. I'm pretty sure they're like that game was violent as hell. There were like fucking piles of burning bodies from like the villages that you were like
I
walking
remember
into.
I had a Game Informer, and the games that like the 2 big games that came out that are in it that well, I don't have the copy anymore, but it was Vice City and Shell Shock. And
Oh yeah.
I remember Shell Shock just being like I was as a kid, I was like scared to play that game.
Fuck yeah.
Like I was like, that looks scary and bloody. I'm good.
But what other game you got for me?
Shout out?
Whatever you want.
All right, let's see. A shout out would be Bulletstorm.
Oh, why? That game was terrible.
I actually couldn't think of another game, and I was like, oh, that was a pretty cool game. Really? No, we'll skip right over that. I'll go to The Suffering.
Word.
Do you remember that game?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so like, I don't know if like, it's just this generation it can't handle that level of fear or whatever. I just remember being a little kid and like that shit scared being stuck in a prison and like I don't even it's been so long, like that was just like or if a series revived, that was the first one that came to my head, but I can't even remember like the story. I just remember like you were this inmate that like was possessed and would like rage out and turn into like this big beast and like all of the monsters were like different forms of executions. Like there's like lethal injection monsters and like electric chair like monsters and stuff because it was like a death row island.
Yeah.
And this like creepy ghost headless freaking dude showed you the way, like this creepy dude with the mustache. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dark. Back when video games were really edgy.
Yeah, that game was always really fucking weird to me. Like I didn't I didn't really know like how to feel about it, like because of that combination of things. I was like, wait, so am I like a dude in a prison or am I like a monster in a prison? I don't know. What am I afraid of? Like me or the things around me? I don't know. Yeah, no, that game was dope. Uh, I got let me see here. I got like a slash here because I want to shout out Dead to Rights. Just
Heretic. Just never mind. Go on.
well,
Sorry.
nah, the heretic in the chat. The suffering was great. Childsley, I actually liked Bulletstorm. Fuck you. Bulletstorm was stupid.
He
Waste
was
of
cool.
time.
Wolverine, dude. That dude looked like Wolverine.
I want a PSI Ops remaster.
Psyops.
Oh,
Mindgate
Psyops.
conspiracy.
Yeah.
We'll get there. All right, go on, Paul.
um, but yeah, I just wanted to shout out Dead to Rights. I don't know if you remember that game. It was kind of like a knockoff
I do.
Max Payne, but it was really fucking dope. Like I just remember going to jail in that game for like an entire chapter, and that shit was hard as fuck. But my real shout out here is True Crime. Just dude, come on.
The first one, the second one was like a
Both were
kind of was.
both were amazing. Both were amazing. Don't even hate on the second one. True Crime is so fucking good. And they tried to. Do you remember that game Sleeping Dogs?
Yeah, that was like the spiritual successor.
Well, it originally was another True Crime. And then I can't remember. I think they switched development teams, and then they changed the name down the line. But I mean, that game is straight up a true crime game, like the narrative
Yeah.
wise and everything. That is true crime. But yeah, no, those games are so fucking cool. They were like just a grittier, more grounded GTA. Like I remember the first one. Yeah, you were fucking like an Asian dude who was just kicking the shit out of everyone. You were able to like stop
Tang.
and frisk random people.
And then if you collected all the dog bones, you could play as Snoop Dogg.
I did not
Right.
know that.
You did? What? Yeah,
I
you could
swear to
unlock
God.
Snoop Dogg. He had his own voice lines and car and like
Exhibit was the lead in the second one. But yeah, no, I fucking love true crime, and I would love to see that one come back. What else you got for me?
All right, since Heretic brought up PsyOps, I'm just gonna bring up one of my shout outs. Because we were talking about, studios, Midway Games. You remember Midway?
Yeah, I thought, are they closed?
Oh, they're gone.
When did they close? That must have been a while ago. Pull
Oh
that one up
yeah.
for myself.
PsyOps is the main game that I remember they developed.
Yeah, damn. I like.
Spy Hunter. Fuck.
Oh, they were the they were the original publishers of Mortal Kombat for a long time, and then it became NetherRealm.
Yep. So like yeah, basically I think PsyOps was a game they did, I
NBA
believe.
Jam. Fuck yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, I'm a Pac-Man, Spy Hunter, Rampage, Mortal Kombat, NBA Jam, Cruisin', NFL Blitz.
there you go. Freaking Midway.
Yeah, when did they
In
close?
general.
Okay. Yeah, 2010 it looks like is when they shut down, sometime around then. But yeah, no, that's cool. What else? Did they do anything bigger than that stuff? No, whatever. Okay, yeah, no, that's interesting. What do I got here? Here, let me close this. Close. What do I want to pull? What do I want to pull? What do I want to pull? All right, I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna shout out one and then go into another. Prince of Persia, bring it back and do it fucking right. Don't I don't know if you've seen the reboot remake. What I think they're remaking the first one. It looks fucking terrible. It looks so fucking bad. Don't do that. Just remake the game from the ground up. Because that's what they basically replaced with Assassin's Creed. And god damn it, what a bad mistake that was. Because Prince of Persia, in my opinion, is so much fucking cooler. But really, Super Mario Strikers. I I don't know. I am a big fan of soccer, and that was probably my favorite Super Mario sports game of all time. I played that game for fucking ever. Oh my god, whether it was just against the AI or like co-op, like come back and do a fucking like a Super Mario Strikers with like a season mode and shit. That'd be fucking
Right.
awesome.
I never played it. Sorry.
That's another game I got on my wall right behind me. I got all the bests. What do you got for me?
All right, a shout out.
Yeah, hit me with a quick shout out, quick little run through, and then give me one of your main ones.
Quick shout out, Fear.
Whew, fuck yeah, dude.
Ooh,
Fuck
dude.
yeah, dude.
Which
Oh
little
my god. Who did Fear?
little there's a little on Steam, it's a free demo for a game called Trepang 2, and it's a brutal spiritual successor to Fear, and it is worth downloading and playing through about 8 times.
You said
But
it's
yeah,
a spiritual successor or
the Trepang 2 is a spiritual successor.
yeah, Monolith did it. Nice.
Dude, that
It's
first
published
game,
by
oh
Warner
my
Bros.
gosh.
So yeah, this game could totally still make a comeback.
I think the third one flopped.
Monolith, they did the Shadows of Mordor and Shadows of War games. The third one flopped. Let me see what the Metacritic was for that. Yeah,
It says
Metacritic 74 for the third one. What about the first one though? Yeah, dude, fucking 9 on Steam, 94%.
I just remember being terrified of that game. Me and my buddy in our basement playing it on the original Xbox.
It reminded me of like a fucking like a first person shooter, like fucking what's the fucking one movie? God damn it. Trapped in a Hotel, Red Rum, whatever. The Shining.
The Shining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it reminded me of like a first person shooter, Shining. Cause yeah, that movie or that game was fucking trippy, dude.
All right. So Fear is a shout out. You know, we all want to see Fear come back. Check out Trepang 2. But one of my number one games I want to see a revival or a sequel was probably one of the most original ideas for a game, and that's the Saboteur.
Of course.
I brought this up more than once, but I always have to because, like, when you're a kid, let's see, I was probably like 13 when that game came out, right? You're sitting there, and I tell you, I'm like, yo, this game just came out, and they're like, what's it like? All right, so you take like Assassin's Creed and Grand Theft Auto and Mercenaries and Hitman.
Can't leave out Hitman.
And then put it in like Nazi occupied Paris where you're an Irish race car driver working for the French resistance. Everything I was just about
to say everything you just said is like the coolest description of anything ever.
and you could get it on Origin, $10 worth of playthrough. Like it's just such
the game's in black and white, and as you start to liberate the city, the color starts to bleed back in. It's just such an awesome mechanic.
And like everything bad is still in color. So all insignia and like blue eyes, everything evil is in color. But then like all the resistance.
Sin City. Like your car is blue, so when you're in black and white, your car is still blue.
And it's like old race cars from the 40s or 30s. Like, oh my god, you can like when I mean mercenaries, I mean like you're just driving in your race car and then you're like, fuck, my race car is gonna explode, so let me just steal this tank. And oh my god, I don't know. Just such a good game, such a good concept. Underrated as hell. Look it up. Good narrative. Good story building, world building.
Some cheesy. It's very campy. Like, you know,
it's very campy.
It's very, you know, it's not like this grounded. I mean, it has like, you know, like some.
So it's an action movie.
Yeah, it has like a lot of. It's like Inglourious Bastards
meets Indiana Jones.
It's very self-aware. It knows what it is. It's not trying to be anything it isn't, which is why I think I liked it a lot. I say that just because, like, you know, there are some like corny moments in the story, but that's, you know, it's just because it is what it is. Like you're a fucking Irish race car driver in Nazi occupied Paris. Like, you know, there's going to be some quirky dialogue, but One shout out I want to give is Bully. Um, this game, like unlike SOCOM with controversy, I understand why this game is probably never coming back. But I mean, people always say like Saints Row, like is just like a cheap copy of Grand Theft Auto. But I actually feel like it's more of a cheap copy of Bully because it's the exact same game mechanic as Bully. You're in this town where it is run by these 4 or 5 gangs, and you got to do these tasks to be able to take out the individual gangs. And they both took that from Mega Man in the sense of it's up to you to decide which gang you want to take on first. You can do it however you want, and the story plays out differently accordingly. And like, god damn, dude, just how fucking cool would a 2020 fucking Bully be?
It'd just be too.
Like I feel like you would have to do like college or something to the point to where there wouldn't even be a point to it. Because
Yeah,
part of bully is you're a kid. Like you need to
right.
be a kid. But then also you can't be kicking the shit out of kids.
But also, Rockstar's been known to just not give a fuck about anyone's feelings.
Yeah. And Metal Gear Solid 5, you shoot a bunch of kids, like a lot, like all the time. There's an entire, you know, uh rebellion it's a kid rebellion. Um, so you could either, kill him or put him to
No,
sleep.
I think I think bully is just I think that'd be just too much of a touchy subject. But boy, would I like to see
Well, I mean, I thought
man
like you just have to lean more into the first, like, well,
being the
like
good.
I mean, yeah, in the first game you were, the bully's bully, but like it took you you had to fight the nerds before you were friends with the nerds. Like, like they should just have you like be like some normal dude, and then there's some normal kid, and then you see this, I don't know, jock picking on this nerd, and then you immediately stick up for the nerd, and you become best friends with the nerd, similar to the first game. But then just don't be a dick to everyone else. I mean, but then like that's part of the Rockstar game is where you kind of have to. I don't know. I'm sticking on my shout out for too long. Uh, Metal Gear Solid. If I could have one game made from the ground up on a new engine, AAA, all the fixins, the potatoes and the gravy, it would be Metal Gear Solid. It's the greatest video game series of all time. There's no question about that. There is no arguing that. It is one of the most innovative video game series of all time. It is the best. All that is subjective, but it is no doubt about it the best stealth game of all time. And you can, I know you got a game in your list that you can argue, try and argue, but in
No,
my
I'm not gonna try and argue.
I was about to say I could break it down to you fucking beat by beat with gameplay, but there is nothing that compares to the amount of detail that goes into this stealth combat, the stealth espionage. He literally invented the stealth game. What was it? Tactical espionage was what he labeled the games as initially before there was even a stealth genre. Um, so if I could have one game, it'd be the first one. I mean, I want all three of them. Like, I want that to be a thing. Like, I want Blue Point to make the first one, and then it's such a big deal that they make the second one, and it's such a big deal that they make the third one, and it's such a big deal that they make a fourth one, because it's just the greatest series of all time. I don't even want to get into it. I talked enough about Bully. That honestly should have been my shout outs. Jay, what do you got?
All right. Shout out to a game that will never, ever, ever be remade.
Oh, yep. Nope. Talk about controversy.
Yeah.
The second one's blurred out.
Manhunt. It just encapsulates whatever that word is, an era of video games that was just so everyone was pushing boundaries. And I don't know, like
You play the edgelord.
play the edgelord, dude. Like I just remember the level where it's like, if you get every time you get spotted, we're gonna kill one of your family members.
The snipers on the fucking clock tower. Jesus Christ. It was like, I think it's like the third mission. It took me like 9 hours to get there.
And then guess what? If you get it 100% correctly and you don't get spotted and you save all your family members, they kill them all in the end anyways.
Yeah, it's such a
Fucked.
dark, bad game.
Grimy. I was like, man, the execution's ahead of its time. But big let's see here. Mercenaries.
Mentioned them a little bit ago, and just about every other episode since.
I'm sorry, dude.
No,
Like,
no, you're
these are,
good.
like-
Do your thing. It's a game you fucking love, and this is the topic you want to see you come back. This is your time to shine with Mercenaries.
Dude, like, what is there not to love about Mercenaries? They just did everything better than Just Cause. Like, Just Cause is just too out of the box. I don't really like Just Cause at all. None of them. They're just. I like. The narrative's kind of stinky doo doo.
Oh no, no, the narrative in Just Cause is nothing to write home to your mother about. It is a bad narrative, but it's the
I
game.
just remember.
It's the gameplay that's there.
Yeah, but I like the Mercenaries.
It's not as I
whole,
know
like,
it's different gameplay. Yours is a lot more explosive and bombastic, where Just Cause is a lot more physicky.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I just remember. Oh, man, Heretic. The Punisher game. Dang it. I didn't even think of that. Replaces Bulletstorm. God damn, that game was so sick. That game was sick.
Yeah,
Anyway.
that would be good. That would be a good one. Yeah, with Marvel games and everything.
Yeah, a Punisher game or a
PlayStation
Deadpool
exclusive.
game. That'd be sick. Fucking sick. But yeah, Mercenaries, I just remember like the airstrike system, like just a list of
Yeah.
airstrikes. Like, what do I want to hit this base with? A bunker buster bomb. Or like, do I want to like level this city that's got a bunch of bad guys in it? Or do I want to like run in there and like hijack a helicopter and blow everything up?
Yeah, and the second one, you could straight up drop a nuke.
Yeah.
Is the second? Are those games on anything? Are those on Steam or anything?
I don't think so.
I'll look that up right now.
I think those games are lost. They're abandonware.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it on Steam. Damn, that sucks. But what do
You
I
get it
got?
on the Microsoft Store.
Oh, really?
The first one, it says. April 23rd, 2018. Buy Mercenaries Playground and Destruction Microsoft Store. On Xbox Live. For $10. So you need an Xbox Series XS or Xbox One. If you have an Xbox, you need to fucking buy this game for $10.
Mercenaries 2 is on Origin.
Shit, is it?
Yeah, for $10. Let me see if the first one is on here. Can't imagine they would only have the. Dude, I get like 900 FPS for this game. Damn, they do only have the second one on Origin.
Dang.
It's still a good game. It's just
Yeah,
not the first one.
Yeah, the first one's got a certain tone to it.
1 gig of RAM is one of the requirements. What do I got here? Just knocking out. Let's just knock out a couple here. Resistance. This is another Insomniac Studios game. This was a trilogy for the PS3. It's honestly just, in my opinion, one of the most interesting and coolest narratives ever done, like just flat out ever done in video games. Basically, it's like, what if the aliens attacked the world during World War II? And it just goes on from that. The series expands from that. And it is so fucking interesting. The lore is so cool. and I feel like there's so much to that game still. Um, Whether you want to reboot it or do a fourth one like God of War style, where you know, where it is a sequel, but it's also this new thing. I don't know why I want everything to do a God of War style sequel, but no, honestly, that would be such a dope fucking. I mean, I've been saying it for a long time, excluding all of my SOCOM cries. Sony needs not only a first person shooter, but they need a multiplayer game. And I feel like Resistance or SOCOM, but I feel like Resistance would be fucking perfect. But Insomniac is they're just doing so much right now. I don't know if they might have their hands full. But then also my next two like main games are, no shockers for me. Silent Hill. Particularly if I had to choose Silent Hill 2. You mentioned Suffering as like, like the game that like, scared you as a child.
Oh, the Silent Hill 2 was also a game that my dad bought
Dude,
and
there's
scared the shit out of me with.
the cover,
Nightmares.
the fucking cover of the game used to scare the shit out of me. That green with him, like, it looks like his face is wrapped up in like a fucking a plastic bag or some shit. It's fucking horrifying. Yeah, no, that game, it's honestly one of, in my opinion, I was always more of a Silent Hill fan than Resident Evil. That could just be my affinity for Konami over Capcom, but Silent Hills are just some of the most fucked up, dark, horrifying, well written, well directed, well paced horror games I think ever. Like you call out Fatal Frame in the chat, Zombie. I love Fatal Frame. I love Silent Hill, and then Jay. I hope you'll stand with me on this one. Condemned, baby.
Oh my god, dude! I remember when we were in like sixth grade, and the
Talking about like
pre-six.
not being able to sleep because of that fucking game.
You're like, dude, Jay, you gotta see this game. And I'm like, what is it? And you're like, Condemned, and like just the album or
Yeah, I
the
was about to say you
album,
want to talk
just the
about scary cover
just
art.
the cover. I'm like, nope.
Oh my
I
god,
played the second one.
the mannequin part still gives me chills. That's like what
Both games are
introduced
good.
me. Oh my god, the
Those
second
games are
one's
great.
amazing. The fucking bear. When you go to the cabin in the second one, the fucking bear that attacks you, like the massive zombie one, dude. Like
And
that
it's
from the
chasing you the whole time.
yeah, that from the second game, and then the mannequins from the first game, still fucking horrifying. But yeah, I mean, I feel like we're in kind of a weird place with horror games. You either have Resident Evil or you have these like kind of indie horror games where you don't do anything but run away and hide.
I hate that.
Those were
I hate it.
like those were fun for a while, like Amnesia and don't I can't remember what it was called. The one where you have like a camcorder. Th-
Outlast.
yeah. Those were fun, but like I feel like no one ever talks about The Evil Within, which is a genuinely amazing survival horror game. That's from the original writer of Resident Evil. Nice. Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck
Yeah,
yeah.
this is the holographic cover. Look,
Yeah. Oh, that's the OG one. You got that at launch.
I did. I was
Yeah,
like, I got a PS4 and this game's coming out.
dude, that game is so fucking good. But yeah, no. A lot of horror games I'm into.
Let's see here. I'm out of. Why I shouted. Let's Bulletstorm and Punisher and just whatever. No more shout outs. I got basically two more big like a studio that I just wish existed still is Pandemic in its entirety. I know I have two Pandemic games on here. Saboteur and Mercenaries, but like Destroy All Humans,
Battlefront 1 and 2.
Battlefront 1 and 2. My dude. My dude. They're just bangers. They released bangers.
I can that's something I'm going to do off stream. I'm going to look up who had the audacity at EA to shut that studio down? Because I know the Saboteur was their last game, I'm pretty sure.
Yep, 2008.
Yeah. and they released, yeah, they weren't AAA games, but they were the kings of the AA space.
Yep.
That one's heartbreaking.
Did they do that, remember that outfit? 360 launch title. It was kind of like Mercenaries. You played as in World War II. You could spawn in like tanks
No,
and shit.
no,
Who did that game? I thought they did it.
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure Saboteur was the last game.
No, this would be before the Saboteur.
Oh, okay.
Who did the
Oh yeah, you said it was
outfit?
360 launch game.
Oh, THQ did it.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, Pandemic as a whole, like I see a lot of their games, like THQ Nordic and stuff, like with their Destroy All Humans remaster was flawless.
Oh yeah.
It was everything I wanted it to be, and then they even like had code from Pandemic of like missions that weren't in the game, and they redid them and put them in this game. 'Cause they
That's
couldn't
dope.
because of console limitations at that time. They were like, well, we have code for these missions that no one's ever played before, so we're gonna put the full thing in. And it wasn't just a facelift. It was like a facelift, an engine lift, and then like I don't know. It was just like I know they're gonna do the second one.
Yeah,
Probably not gonna do
I
any
think that
more
was
ones.
announced already.
Um, but like if they just give these games facelifts and sound like they were like, and we're not gonna like overcharge you for a remaster. It's gonna be what? It was like $30 at launch. Like I highly recommend anyone pick that game up. Like I remember I played through the original port on PS4, and a couple months later, or a year later, played through that one on PC, and it was just like such a good remake. And like I don't know how they're getting all these rights to the Pandemic's games, but keep doing it.
THQ just keeps on buying up licenses.
Dude, if
They went on a mad purchasing spree. I want to say between like 2017 and like 2019, they legitimately, I want to say they bought over 50 licenses. Um, and that's all they've been doing lately. Just been porting shit higher res. So yeah, that's cool. Like I was texting you before, like look into like some of the people who wrote some of these games and see if they're still in the industry and where they're at. And they, for all you know, they made something you really fucking like and you didn't even know it. So try and like follow them and maybe you'll get a little taste of, the old Pandemic. Let me see here. I think I only got one
you have
more.
two more, or yeah, you have one more, and I have one more.
Yeah. So my last one is Castlevania. I thought it's kind of obvious if you know me. Castlevania is one of my favorite game series of all time. This series has been dead for so long. They tried doing like kind of a Devil May Cry style action like beat 'em up. They tried turning it into that series in like 2011, I think. I can't even remember what it was called. It was so fucking terrible. Like, don't get me wrong, you don't need to do the side scrolling. Like,
They didn't on the N64.
it was PlayStation and Super Nintendo. But are
Oh,
there
I'm
mo-
thinking of a different game.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Wait, was there one on N64? I never played it on 64, so I just assumed it wasn't there. I played it on PlayStation 1. Symphony of the Night, I guess, could have been on
Yeah,
64.
Castlevania 64. That's the one I played.
Okay. Yeah, I don't remember that one.
It's just a third-person game.
Oh god. But no, I mean the closest thing I've been saying that I'll ever get to a Castlevania is Bloodborne, just because it's that hard and then that scenery, everything in there, like that is Dracula's castle in the background of Old Yarnum. Like it's so fucking obviously, and I want that shit to turn upside down so fucking badly. Um, I like Konami's going to be at E3 this year. I again have no expectations from them whatsoever. If they do something big with Castlevania and Metal Gear, something honorable, which they're not going to do, I will literally start to fucking cry. That is not an exaggeration. I will actually fucking cry if Konami does something with either of those licenses, whether they pay homage to them themselves or they give them to um, Sony or another studio to work on them. Like they're super into pachinko machines, like those gambling machines in Japan, and there's a Metal Gear Solid 3 pachinko machine where they remake the boss battle um, at the end in the Fox engine that Metal Gear Solid 5 ran on. And it is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And it's just I'm like, just make the game in this engine, please. Please. Like, why won't you do this? You will make so much money. So much money. It is unbelievable. And we're talking again, some of the greatest games of all time, some of the most influential games of all time. While you're just locking them up away and throwing away the key, it fucking kills me. Jay, what's your last game there, bud?
My last game, speaking of influential games.
Ah, yes.
There's one character that seems to be getting done dirty
Shit.
for years.
He's standing
Now-
outside right now by the curb and a car just drove past and fucking splashed water all over him. He's like, my suit!
Don't even talk about Sam Fisher like that, boy. Oh my god. Like, alright. God damn it.
Keep
I don't know
ranting
where to
real
start.
quick. In the chat, I got Chug a Beer. I only played one Castlevania on Game Boy, and it was fun though. And then no thanks on Souls games. Get good, and I need to grab a beer. So keep on ranting. I'll be right back.
About Splinter Cell. Yeah, I don't know why Splinter Cell hasn't came back. They've been teasing Splinter Cell with like Rainbow Six Siege and that little cameo he had in Ghost Recon Wildlands. Yeah, I agree. I don't like Souls games. They're stinky doo-doo. They're not stinky doo-doo, but I don't like them because I suck cock at them. But anyway, Splinter Cell, like in my opinion, they're all good. And Blacklist, the last one they
Boring
came out
games.
with,
Oh,
the
adorable.
last Splinter Cell they came out with, I understand, they couldn't use what's his name, Michael Ironside, because
What was the reasoning for that? Because I never
he
played
was battling
Blacklisted.
cancer.
Oh,
Blacklisted is a great game, by the way. It's a good. It goes back to the roots, kind of like
I
choose
thought
how you want to play.
I thought it looked a lot more actiony than the other ones. Or from
No,
the
you could play-
gameplay demo that they did at like E3 or whatever conference was
Alright.
real like he was straight up like running through like a city in like Afghanistan, and then it went in slow-mo and he like fucking dropped like John Wick style
Right.
like 8 people.
Right. So like the way I played it, the main story missions, I played like a ghost. I didn't kill anyone. I made it through completely undetected with all the gadgets and stuff. But then there's like side missions, literally called like Kill House, where like you go through like a terrorist camp and clear them out. So that's what that is.
What was the one before that?
Conviction.
Yeah, that one.
I played that on stream. Still to this day, I don't know why. I titled it John Wick Simulator. One of the best streams I've ever had for an old game. Like people loved that game,
Yo,
and
no,
I
that
love
game's
it.
sick as fuck. Like the black
People-
and white and like like the way like his like thoughts would appear in giant letters on the walls, and it was
Right.
violent and dark.
Right, and like people were like, "It's not Splinter Cell because Sam Fisher kills everyone." I'm like, but in like narrative and storyline, like it's a father looking for his daughter
Yeah.
because he's thought she's been dead for years.
Yeah, he
and then
doesn't give a fuck what's going on.
And he's just on a
yeah.
revenge rampage. And like even before that, another game people didn't like, Splinter Cell Double Agent.
Was that the prison one?
Yeah.
I fucking love Double Agent, dude.
Me
people
too,
People
but-
are wrong. People
but
are
you
fucking
had-
wrong on Double
like,
Agent.
I even loved it, and I played the shitty ports because the 360 and PS3 port are a completely different game than the PS2 port. because the one on the PS2 and the original Xbox runs on the Chaos Theory engine. So that's supposed to be the definitive double agent. So I've never gotten to play that version.
I
guess
do
it's
literally none
completely
of that.
different. Yep. Yep.
Damn.
And Splinter Cell Pandora tomorrow. I know a lot of people didn't get to play it because that was an original Xbox exclusive, but
Yeah.
that one was one of my favorite ones. That's the one that introduced Spies versus Mercs. The online game mode.
the online, yeah.
2v2. Oh my god. Where like two people are like spies in third person and other two people are like heavy duty combat dudes in first person. Like, man. So much missed potential because you want to dump money and time into Rainbow Six Squeege.
Dude, and they keep like teasing it. Like I see Sam Fisher's in like a mobile game or some shit like
He's
that.
he's in the mobile like new Rainbow game.
Is he in Fortnite yet? He's gonna be
No.
in Fortnite.
He is literally in Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, he's like an older, like gruffer version,
Yeah,
which is
and
dope.
then- Right, and then remember he popped in at the end of that
Ghost Recon?
Wildlands.
Yeah.
And he
like the
with a big
the three lights, yeah.
No, and he came out of the corner of the room with the big ass white beard.
Yeah.
With Michael Ironside talking. I'm like, dude, what the fuck?
Like I don't
like
I don't get it.
Stop it.
Maybe
Stop
it's because
it.
Ubisoft thinks that they can't completely clutter that fucking HUD with a bunch of bullshit and tasks. Dude, they're gonna do it open world. I'm telling you.
Oh.
I'm telling you, it'll be open world. They will not do a linear game. Does Ubisoft even have a linear game? I'm pretty sure all of their games are only open
Fallen
world.
Order count?
That was EA.
That was. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, they don't have any linear games anymore.
I like the most linear game would be Rainbow Six, and that's not. It doesn't have a story, so it's not. It's just online only. It's not linear. But yeah, no, that's stupid. God.
I don't know, dude. I think they're just trying to please the younger, like the new generation. When you got all of us old dudes, like, why will like these kid, dude?
Maybe it's like a confidence thing. Like, there hasn't been a stealth game of that level since Metal Gear Solid 5. Metal Gear Solid 5 was 2 years after Blacklist.
Look at Hitman. Hitman 3
Yeah.
sold 300% more than any other game they've ever came out with. And people loved Hitman 3. And, like, dude, like, Splinter Cell's just a cool concept. And, like, give it that Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter, like, futuristic, like,
Yeah,
shit.
for
like,
sure.
Or just, like, give me a what happened after fucking Blacklist. Like, it just complete hit cliffhanger.
For sure. But on that, I think it is time we finally come to an end. Jay, it has been a lot of fun.
Yes, it has.
This is Punk with a Controller. We are live Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, but Fridays I am joined by Jae Hamilton, aka twitch.tv/LordXHam, where we're breaking down what's going on in where we're breaking down what's going on in the news that week, catching up with each other and what we're playing and what we're watching, closing out with a nice topic that gets you introduced to us as gamers. Please like and subscribe to both of our channels. Go over to youtube.com and check out the first 5 episodes. This episode will hopefully be up Sunday. I'm going to not do such high quality video. I'm dropping it down to 1080p at 60. I don't need to upload 4K video anymore. It's literally takes like fucking 18 hours, 19 hours to upload it. It's completely absurd. No one needs to watch it that high of quality. No one does watch it that high of quality because it takes too long to buffer 90% of the time. But we will see you next week. Jay, it's been real fun. I hope you all have a nice weekend. Peace.
Peace out.